So you're almost ready to launch a business, but no one knows about your existence. So how to start building an audience?
Let's find out.
Hello, I'm your host Kaycinho. I'm a digital alchemist, and this episode is episode number 4 of a module dedicated to the action phase of starting your business. So if you haven't seen the first 3 videos, I invite you to check the playlist in the description of this episode. And by the way, this module is the 4th module of a course dedicated to take you from the burning desire to become your own boss to actually launching your business. So you will also find a link to the full course playlist in the description of this episode. I've always been the type of person that was so excited by what I created that I would just dive headfirst into the creation phase, even if it meant not sleeping, and then I would just release my work. And guess what? Nothing happened, and I often got discouraged. See, my approach was wrong because with the gazillion of social media accounts, websites, services, products, and entrepreneurs out there, not to mention entertainment and
Yes, I'm looking at you, Netflix.
how do you expect to get your voice out there? That was even more frustrating when people who saw my work kept telling me things like, yeah, I don't understand why I had not heard of your work before. I love it. See, I knew why. I hadn't done things the way I should have. So I decided to start educating myself on the subject, and this video and this whole channel actually is a result of me switching tracks and doing things the way I always should have. And I'm actually doing the same work with my Facebook page. See, everyone starts at 0, so you'd better get started one day. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, YouTube is hard, way harder than I thought, but I'm enjoying the journey. See, when we're so much into the online world, we tend to forget that behind nicknames, smartphones, and computers are actually flesh and blood human beings with needs and emotions. And as human beings, we constantly seek to create relationships, whether in our personal or professional lives, and online interactions are no exceptions. So instead of only focusing on delivering the perfect product or service, what we should really be doing when we have a passion for what we do is to connect genuinely with our community and give out some true value. When I left the corporate world for the freelancing business world, I felt so scared, as if I was diving into the sea from the top of a cliff for the first time. And at that time, I was desperately seeking for someone to actually hold my hand, but there just wasn't anyone. Yes, there were resources here and there, but it was all scattered, and most of the time it was just a collection of common sense advices, which is already a good thing, but nothing that could really give me the big picture. So I want to be that person that can help you while you're making the leap of faith to freelance or business owner. And while I don't know everything, what I want to do is provide value for you by sharing what helped me along my journey. So why am I telling you all this? Well, whatever business you plan to get into, you should approach it with the same spirit. Asking yourself what you can give to the world before asking yourself what you can get out of it. We all need to make money, well, most of us anyways, and sometimes we can get lost into the money-seeking process. Now, I'm not talking about scammers and con artists and their get-rich-quick schemes because that's a completely different story. What I'm talking about is honest entrepreneurs that get lost in the process because they must make money and therefore focus all efforts on just that.
Making money.
Now, there's nothing wrong with making money, but money without purpose is like a glass without water or beer, some will say. Well, you know what I mean. And I, like many others, experienced just that. So I'm thankful for all the good vibes that I get from my readings, my Audible sessions, and my favorite YouTubers because it really helps to put things back into perspective. You need to give to receive. And I think that you know you've reached another level when you get excited to give, even if you're not even sure that you're getting anything out of it. Now, just think about it. If your work, if your voice, if your vision can change even one person's life, then you've accomplished more than 99% of the population. Now, I'm not a philosopher, but I truly believe that we're not on planet Earth just to pay bills and taxes, nor even just to purchase stuff and more stuff.
And more stuff.
I believe that finding your life purpose and actually making it a reality is an essential part of one's happiness. But the sad thing is that most people never get to experience that because society teaches us otherwise. Being an entrepreneur is a challenge, but it can get you closer to fulfilling your life purpose. So if your new business is centered around something that you genuinely enjoy, and I hope that's the case, then why not make it part of your life purpose and release some real value in the world? What goes around comes around, as they say, and the same is true in business. So, enough for the theory. Tell me, what can you give out to the world? What value can you bring? If you're an actor, it could be entertainment that will make people laugh and enlighten their day. If you're a graphic designer, it could be an introduction series to Photoshop or Affinity Photo for beginners. If you're a singer, you could give vocal techniques tutorials. If you're a photographer, you could give field tips on how to easily get your exposure right. If you're an accountant, you could provide some free Excel templates, or if you're a community manager, you could show people how to get the best results for a low budget. And it goes on and on and on. Sky's the limit, really. So why do so many people just overlook that step? Well, either because they don't get the big picture yet, or because they're afraid of the amount of work to put in before they make back their first dollar. And truth be told, there is indeed a lot of work to put up front if you want to give yourself a chance to create some real value. Now, that's not about working hard, it's all about working smart, but yes, you will need to put a lot of work into it. But if you've been following along this course, you know that if you're doing something that you love and genuinely enjoy, then you will also enjoy the process. One thing that I should also mention is something that I didn't realize until lately. When you're good and experienced at something, you take it for granted that everyone sees things as you do. Sometimes you don't even realize that you are good at something until situations put things into perspective. In my case, I'm so into freelancing, web design and development, branding, and communication in general that I didn't even realize that for some people, all of that is like speaking a very complicated foreign language, and that I could make a difference with my very own subjective input. So, for example, you might be a beat maker, and for you, crafting a great beat in under an hour is something that you're used to because you've been making beats since you were 11 and you're now 35. Now, this knowledge and all of the little tips and tricks that you've learned through the years might be pure gold for someone just starting out. And your skills might also be gold for filmmaking studios and advertising agencies, but because you think that what you're doing is normal, you just don't market yourself enough. So of course, you could come up with strategies to get your name out there, but simply giving to the world some of your essence will do a much better job in my opinion, with the added benefit of actually releasing some good into this world. Now the thing is that you should not do that with the sole intent of making your money back, otherwise it's a bit like telling someone a compliment and expecting one in return. When you genuinely want to tell someone a compliment, you don't really care if they come back with one, you just want to voice what's boiling inside. That's how you should approach giving value to the world in the perspective of your business. Well, at least that's what I believe with my very own subjective perspective, and if I talk about it, it's because I've personally experienced it and it encourages me to make it a habit. So I hope that this video gave you some value and that you've understood the essential part of releasing value out there. And if you have stories to share or if you experience issues in that regard, please let me know in the comments of this episode, and by the way, you'll find the companion blog post on my website kaycinho.com. Now tell me, what skill do you have and what can you offer to the world? Let me know in the comments. Now if you enjoyed this video, please like it as it really helps growing this channel, and if you know someone that could benefit from it, please share it now. If you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and smash the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Now, if you want to brand, market, and grow your business in the digital age, then make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter so that you never miss a share of digital alchemy, as well as tips, tools, services, and case studies that can help you grow your business online. So that's it for this episode. I hope to see you around, and in the meantime, don't forget to invest
In your success.